A large, secure government facility located in the Mid-Atlantic region was designated a CERCLA or Superfund site under the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act. The high-security area had been used as a salvage yard where activities requiring cleaning solvents, among other volatile materials, had leached into the groundwater, creating a large plume in the sandy geology. The government facility is also in close proximity to a surrounding community's water supply. TRC, a leading global environmental consulting firm working with a responsible party, completed a Phase 1 site assessment detailing the CVOC impacts present, which needed to be addressed under the federal regulatory guidance. Amentum, a leading American government and commercial services contractor, is the responsible party's contractor and has worked with the client at this location for years.
So when I first started on this site about 7 years ago, there was an existing pump and treat system in place, which is still there. We actually made some improvements to it. After that, we did some pilot studies in the area. We did 2 ISCO studies. One was Perozone, one was MASP, and the third was PlumeStop, and PlumeStop was eventually selected to clean up the site.
Where these injections are happening. It's pretty complicated subsurface soils compared to the rest of the site. They're pretty heterogeneous, so a lot of clay content, more than the rest of the site. The various soil types is definitely a consideration for the injection media and design.
After TRC evaluated a range of treatment options, the team worked with REGENESIS to design a solution that specified an innovative and complex series of grids and permeable reactive barriers using direct push injection to apply PlumeStop.
The PlumeStop can be used to address several contaminants, and this site is a real example of that. So we have chlorinated solvents in one part, pesticides in another. And what's really challenging about this site is the concentrations are very low, it's very widespread, and we have targets that are very low. And in the PCE site, there's no evidence of any natural degradation. It's really just PCE. And so we have a site with clean sand, not natural degradation. And so some of the options were very limited. And what we found is the application of the colloidal carbon is really quite effective for this scenario. We're able to apply this, get this distributed, and then we're able to rapidly reduce these concentrations in groundwater and then maintain them.
Some of the biggest challenges are just the scale of the site. We're currently on 120th day on site of injections, and we've had 216,000 pounds of PlumeStop shipped out here. So managing the inventory has been a big challenge. We've actually made some significant changes throughout the project based on the observations we've taken. And our crew has been the ones that have collected that data and observations and really fine-tuning the theoretical design that we've now implemented in the field.
PlumeStop is designed to rapidly remove and permanently degrade groundwater contaminants, including CVOCs. Composed of micron-sized particles of activated carbon suspended in water using organic polymer dispersion chemistry, once in the subsurface, PlumeStop behaves as a colloidal biomatrix, binding to the aquifer matrix, rapidly removing contaminants from groundwater.
This is a more complicated design. We have a lot of different concentrations, a lot of different depths, and they're all intermixed. So we're staying very vigilant on which points are what. We're keeping the crews organized, and we're checking our maps regularly.
Because we are having very good production, an average like 5,000 gallons per day. We are being ahead of schedule. This area is a very good spot to inject, so it's very easy. The injection has been very smooth.
The use of PlumeStop to treat groundwater contaminants has been proven effective on over 500 project sites across the U.S., Canada, and Europe, with designs completed for hundreds more.
REGENESIS, working with them has been very seamless, very great. This is actually the second major project I've done with them. The first one was at a different area concern where we were cleaning up dissolved chlordane in the groundwater. Obviously here we're cleaning up dissolved CVOCs. But yeah, it's always a pleasure working with REGENESIS.
Here we are We're out here, we're doing applications, we're making changes to the environment, and it's all about making it a better place. And it's really been a privilege to work in this industry and to be able to be part of this.
To learn more about how PlumeStop can sustainably and reliably eliminate a wide range of harmful contaminants, go to www.regenesis.com.